What's up, Feed the Beasters? Welcome back to another episode of JD Plays Feed the Beast of Infinity Evolved. Back on the Zekrid server. Welcome back, John, to the stream. Just recording an episode for YouTube right quick. And I told you guys I wouldn't be doing another episode until we had found where we're going to build our base. Now, I've done a lot of exploring. I've done a lot of looking around, and we'll look at the map in just a second. But the good news is, I have finally found a base, and I am ready to start building it. Yeah. We did a lot of exploring, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But as we came out of this lovely whatever we're in right here, I found a biome I had never seen before, and it was right next to my favorite biome, which you can see on the mini maps right over here, which is Extreme Hills. And this new biome that I had never heard of before is called a Sacred Spring, and it's this lovely, lush, jungle-ish forest area. And I was like, yeah, I really like that. And I've gone ahead and I've set the server to have a view distance of 14 instead of the default 10, so that we can see these things from further away. Lily pad, huh? Are these? I think these are used for something, but I can't remember what. Anyways, so just letting it all load so you can see it in all of its glory. But we are on our way to our base now. Dun dun dun. It is a bit slow loading for some reason. Probably because I have chunk loading set to default instead of fast. But there it is. This beautiful hill, and I've already started building a bit inside of there. This is going to be our base. It's going to be awesome. Now, in showing you this, I can finally open the mini-map. This will be where our base is. Originally, spawn was way up over here. This is where we started the game off. This is that first village we visited. Found a meteor, came on down, found this village, was cutting back across, like just kind of exploring these extreme hills. Found this other village, another meteor, found a volcano, swung out this way a little bit later, but anyways, we came back. I went all the way around out here, found another meteor, went back down this way to explore the extreme hills, went in and explored this roofed forest. I almost made the roofed forest where I was going to do the base. And then finally, as I was coming out of the roofed forest, I found this magical forest, and then I started to see these islands, which ended up being the Sacred Springs. And I was like, yeah, this is awesome. Went down here just to kind of get a full view of the Sacred Springs biome to see how big it was. Found another meteor, and ended up finding another meteor. So we've got like 5 meteors on the map to explore when it comes time for applied energistics. That's awesome. There's 3 villages here. There's another village to the north that I never actually did explore that I can go visit, so that's awesome. We've picked up a lot of loot. I was able to actually even end up building an apiarist's backpack with an apiarist chest, and I've started gathering some bees. Now, the last thing that I looted happened to be this witch's circle right here. And when I was looting that, I ended up getting a bottle of 7 bottles of creosote. So we don't even technically have to build the coke oven in order to get our bucket started, because we got lucky enough to end up with these bottles of creosote. But we're still going to. So let's get over here into our base before nightfall and all that. And we'll just keep an eye out for any beehives we may see along the way. Now, there is one downside to our base right now, and that is that we have a small contingency of invaders across the pond and down the way, sitting here at this shrine. But I'm looking at that as a positive thing. I'm thinking maybe we can figure out a way to farm these guys and use them for some good stuff. I don't know. I don't know much about these things, so we'll look into that later. Anywho, onwards to the base. Now, one of the cool parts about the base, and I'm not liking how I'm having to do what I'm about to show you very much yet. I'm probably going to try to come up with a better way like Ender.io once we finally get into it to do this. But for now, it'll work. Obviously, we're going to need to mine, and obviously that's way up in the air. It's up at around 115 to be exact. So to get down into some mining depth would have been a lot of freaking stairs. Instead, I dug a tunnel down with ladders leading out. And look at that. Look at how pretty that is under there. That is awesome. I don't like how I've got the ground all torched out. I have to do that temporarily, but we'll change that eventually. Got this lovely waterfall. Oh, it's so serene and amazing in our little sacred springs down here. And this cobble is how we are going to be able to get up and down for now into the Citadel of Zek. Right here we go. And this is actually where we're going to be going down to mine eventually. But for now, we'll climb all the way up this bad boy. Bad boy, I can't even speak. And it's Halloween, guys, so hopefully you've got fantastic plans for Halloween tonight. I know I'm going to be taking my kids to gather up the lovely sugary candy of the world very shortly. Little trap door there so that we don't fall down. And there we go. Welcome to the start of the new base. I was able to find a few redstone lanterns. I've got those hooked up so we can turn the lights off and on. Not that we would probably ever want them off, but we can. Got the bed out. Got some chests here from all the stuff we've gathered. Man, we have gathered some stuff. Just wait. I've got these two strong boxes full of items. And to go along with them, I've got this armor in this strong box. And then these bags are just full of stuff right now. So we've got a lot of stuff. We're able to get this beautiful scenic view and just check out everything that's going on. Now that is the edge of what it's going to render right there. Like I said, it's set to render at 14. The maximum you can have a server render at is 15. I may go ahead and even push it to there just to get better views, but this is pretty awesome if you ask me. And you're asking me because you're watching my video. So we've got this really kick-ass sacred oak sitting right next to us that we can do stuff with. There's a second one back off over there. This huge, massive roofed forest down here. The magical forest right over there. And the best part is, I wanted to be able to mine in extreme hills because that's where you tend to find, have a chance of finding emeralds. Well, this right here is extreme hills. So we're going to be able to go down and then dig our shaft across and get into that extreme hills biome to mine it. The biomes that are surrounding us right now, I guess if we kind of look at this as a square, is we have the extreme hills, and it runs forever. It runs all back through here. I think there's more extreme hills this way, like down here maybe. We've got this roofed forest that leads into a brief plains, and I think back into a roofed forest. We've got the magical forest right here, or right here. No, actually that might be, yeah, right here. And then you've got a rainforest actually throughout here. You've got another roof forest here. I really like the biome. I'm really happy with it. Anyways, I'm sure you don't care about the biome. Let's get started on what we're going to be doing today. So, as I said, I don't need the Coke Oven stuff, but we've still gathered all the stuff for it. We're still gonna make it because while I may not need it right this minute, I'm gonna need it eventually. So what I've done so far is I've just unloaded my builder's pack into here. That ended up with a bunch of crafting stations, some stones, a bit of dark wood planks, and some cobblestone. We're going to go ahead and empty these digger packs in here now, but we're going to see what we ended up with digger-wise. So in this digger's pack, lots of clay, some gravel, some sand. Alright, let's get that dumped in. Bam. In this digger's pack, not much different, a little bit more of it, that's all. So we need to get some clay built up here. We're going to need a total of 28 blocks, and each block is going to take 8 clay. So that means we're going to need 160 plus 64, because 20 times 8, 160. 8 times 8 is 64. So we're going to need a total of 224. Is that right? 160 and 64? Yeah, 224 clay. Well, there's 128. And there's 256. That's a lot of clay, if you really think about it. But that's not true. We don't need that much. Because if we look, there's 2 different recipes for coke furnaces. This one I know for a fact takes 112 clay and 140 sand. Okay? Each time you do this recipe, it produces 1. This recipe, on the other hand, each time you do it produces 2. It uses 8 clay. Well, that's not any different than the other one. This is going to use 8 clay. 2 of these is going to use 8 clay. And I did math wrong a second ago, is where I screwed up. This one takes a single sandstone. So it only takes 4 sand, versus this one, which takes 5 to make 1. This takes 4 to make 2. So I'm cutting it by more than half on sand, and I'm using the exact exact same amount of clay. So all I need is stack plus 48 of clay. So there's a stack. Cut this in half. There's 48. So bam, we're good. We need to cook this stuff up. Let's separate it out. We'll put half of one of those in there, that in there. We'll do 16 here, 16 here, and 16 here. And that's going to make this go pretty quick. So 2 there, charcoal, 2 there, 2 there. We'll do 2 here. This one will be the slow one. It'll need 4. And then last but not least, 2 here. So that gets all of our clay cooking up. Now, like I said, we need 28 blocks. We're going to get 2 of these per, I believe. I've never made this coke brick, but I believe this is how this one's going to work, because I know that's how this one works. Anyways, so we're going to need 1 per. So we're going to need 14 sandstone. Well, sandstone's pretty easy. We're just going to take and combine these, and there we go. So 14 sandstone should get the job done, I believe. Alright. We're going to grab these. Oh, wait. We only want... We need to get some of this stuff out. I just almost made a big boo-boo. We were doing 112, cooking it, 112 divided by 2. We only need 50. We need 56 of that not to be cooked. So let's grab these. There we go. The rest can cook. That's fine. We'll pull all that out in a bit. And there's still some furnaces cooking here, so we'll just throw into one of the ones that's still cooking with nothing new. And you. Yeah, I almost made a mistake. I did need 112 total, but only half of them needed to be cooked. The other half still needed to be regular clay. So, yeah. Let's get that done right quick. And we're going to separate these things out. Let's go ahead and grab the cooked ones out that are done. They should all be finishing up soon. Yeah, buddy. Grab that. That's almost done. Grab those. Okay, beautiful. With this one that's still cooking, let's make some more charcoal if we can. That'll work. Beautiful. It's the best use I have for those right now. Waiting on one. It's this bad boy right here. Cook them up, buddy. Alright, that'll make us some additional charcoal at least, so we won't waste so much of that. Alright, so I got a little stupid there, but that's okay. We're going to work this out anyways. So we got 14 sandstone. Let's surround it with 14 clay, and hopefully go around this one with 14 clay. And that should give us 28 blocks. I've never made this recipe of the Coke engine before, so this is not going to be its permanent position. I just want to build it right quick and see if it works. Whoops. Doesn't help when I don't put things in the right spots. Let's put this back there. There we go. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And actually, I mean, we couldn't need more than 27, but what you make it 2 at a time, so you're going to end up making 28 anyways. Oh no, my light switch. Boom. Okay, that should, I believe, give us a coal. Maybe it's hollow, like the old one. If it's hollow, I'm going to be very irritated. Okay, that didn't work at all. I need to look at how the Immersive Engine Coke Furnace, Coke Brick. What is this? What is this for? I've never made this one. I always make this one right here. And it's okay if I screwed up. I'll make it again. Coke Brick, Immersive Engineering. Let's find out how this one works. Coke engine from Immersive. Okay, so we do this. This is a 3x3 solid cube. After it is arranged, the player must right-click. Oh, I need an engineer's hammer. Okay, so I did it right. Although I made too many bricks. No, it is solid, it says. So let's go ahead and put this back in. And if you're making the one from Railcraft, that middle block, you leave it out. Okay, we need to right click this with an engineer's hammer, it says, right? So let's make it, I think I remember how this goes, but I want to make sure. There we go, engineer's hammer, right here. 2 sticks, a piece of string, and some iron ingots. Okay, we got this, we got this. So there's our iron ingots, okay? We have a stick, I need another stick. We'll get another stick from right here. Let's throw that stick in there. We need some of our string. Where's our string going to be? Probably in the hunter's pack. Okay. Let's grab that. There's some string for us. So we're going to take and make 2 sticks. Boom, boom. Some iron. And this, and that's going to give us an engineer's hammer. I'm good with this. And apparently we just take this bad boy and we right click. Oh yeah, we got a coke oven. Which means we can start cooking coal in there. Now, I don't want to put this here. So let's see. Can we just tear it down? Yeah, okay, cool. Right on. So, we now have our first multi-block structure. And this is going to... no problem, man. This is going to cook coal up into coal coke. And coal coke has double the burn time of regular coke. Now, I'm pretty positive you can use either one of the recipes. The one that I just used or the typical Railcraft recipe. And either one should work fine. I just wanted to try this one because I haven't used this one yet. And I like trying new things. So, there you go. Let's take our shovel here. And we're going to dig out a little area. Now, I think this is going to expose us outside. I'm okay with that. I need to be expanding this direction anyways. Oh no, I just broke my shovel and it's made of obsidian. I can't replace it. Such is life. Okay. Now, we're not going to get this hill too misshapen. I want to maintain its shape. But we do need to be able to hold certain things inside of this structure. And one of those is going to be this. Actually, it could be fully exposed outside now that I think about it. And just, yeah, that'd be kind of cool actually. So we're going to leave the coke oven outside and just have it kind of built into the side of the base here. I think that's kind of cool. Dun, 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 dun. And for those of you who like to ask, and it gets asked a lot, in fact it was asked by a gentleman on the stream today, the texture pack that I am using is, as usual, Sortex Fanver. You can get it from the Feed the Beast launcher or directly from the Sortex Fanver website. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, that one's not needed, but these are. There is our coke furnace. My pick's about to break. There it goes. Now we can seal ourselves in a little later. I'm not worried about it right now. Let's throw some coal in that bad boy and get that sucker smoking. I think that's a good idea. Do I have coal? I have charcoal right here. Throw that out for a moment. Let's get that cooking up, and it's going to burn down, and as it burns down it's going to produce coal coke. Let's pull this bag out, put this bag out, throw this in. I think I've got more coal in here. Yep. And let's just throw a stack in there to cook up for us. Now the final product of that, we already know it's going to be this creosote. How would we normally get it? Because we have no bucket. And that's part of the goal of what we're trying to do, is be able to build a bucket, right? So how we would start off with this is we would take this lovely charcoal, and with a piece of it we would cook up some glass. Gotta keep my charcoal game strong here. We're gonna go ahead and cook that up. Whoops. Oh, actually that was one of the things I wanted to show you guys, so that works out. Put those in there. And I'm actually going to have one log left over from this one, which we can throw in here. Alright, so we managed to acquire 34 emeralds by trading in those 3 villages. That is freaking awesome, guys. We also managed to get some glowstone. That's going to come in handy. A little bit of thaumium, super handy. And some steel ingots, some dark steel, electrical steel, and gold. That's in one bag of my mining bags. We've also got some copper built up, some iron gravel, and some copper gravel. So, multi-block structure number 1, done. While we are waiting on that to finish up, let's get started on multi-block structure number 2. Now, before I build this, obviously we want to build Tinker's Construct's Smeltery. To get the Smeltery, we need grout. Now you'll notice that the normal recipe for producing grout, which consists of sand, gravel, and clay, usually produces 2. It now only produces 1. So you're going to need to produce double the recipe to get the normal amount to get your usual Tinker's Construct Smeltery off the ground. I, however, am not, because I am a cheater, and we all know that I'm a cheater. I cheated because, as I raided villages, they happen to have Tinker's Construct Smelteries already assembled there, although they were not complete Smelteries. So I am going to take what I was able to acquire in these Tinkers from these villages, and I'm going to build my Smeltery right here on the outside, just like I did that component. We're going to go ahead and repair this bad boy first. That is andesite. I don't need that. I need cobblestone right there. Beautiful. Thank you. And we're just going to square away some more of this side of the hill. Now, keep in mind, Tinker's Construct has come a very, very long ways. It is no longer required to make a 3x3 Tinker's Construct. The max size, I could be wrong about this, but I believe the max size for it now is a 9x9 structure, allowing it to hold a significantly higher amount of ore for smelting. But I also believe that it consumes lava at an increased rate in this pack. I could be wrong about that as well. I do not know. But we are going to get this all nice and opened up right along here. And this is where we're going to be building our smeltery. I need some type of a tool. This tool will work. We need to repair that tool though. This is my ironmatic. You'll notice that I did happen to add an emerald to it. At the point in time that we were at, it was like, why not? I have so many emeralds, I might as well. And I was using it for a lot of stuff. In fact, I'm going to be using it right now as a shovel. Now I'm kind of keen on the idea. Let's see how big this space is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. You have to keep in mind that we only get the inner portion, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not quite as big as what I was hoping for. So, let me think. If I move it back and over to here, here we go. 1, 2, 3. This is the size of your usual Tinker's Construct Smeltery. I want to increase that size to at least a 5x5. So we're going to go with something more like this, which means I have to come over here as well. So we may end up having to move that coke oven again, even though we just now set it down. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so whoops. This is our usual Tinker's Construct Smeltery. We're going to increase it to a 5x5. Now that means we're going to need these laid here, these, and we'll go ahead and put in wood to support the frame better. Or not wood, I'm sorry. Dirt and wood, not the same thing. Don't let me confuse you. Wow, this is going to drop me way down. Okay, chop this down. Man, I'm having to go so far down. This was such a steep hill. Okay, just building this back up right quick. Shouldn't take too long. And that'll give us a little bit better corner to work with right there. And we'll go around this. I'm good with that. Okay, so this will put the back on, and then this will go on the sides. We'll move this torch to here. And then this will come all the way to here. So we're still able to just barely interface with our Coke oven. But it's going to be a tight fit. But that's okay. We can deal with a tight fit for now. Later, we'll increase the size of this much larger. Okay. The cool thing about this now is that I don't actually need access to this side for anything at all. Nor do I need access to this side. I don't even need access to this side, to be honest. I can do everything that I need to do just from the front now. So I can take the height of this as high as I want, or the depth as deep as I want. And I've barely even begun to use any of my seared brick, because I still have like another almost 2 stacks of seared brick here. Now, we do need to make some grout though, so let's go ahead and take some of our clay, sand, and gravel, and we're going to make grout out of it. That'll take 8 charcoal to cook down. We happen to have 8 right there. Where did the grout go? Okay, we're going to divide it across 4. So we'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll pop that in there. Pop that one in with fuel. Pop that in, pop that in. Pull this out. 1, 2. Pop that in, pop that in. And those will be done shortly. And those are going to give us our bricks that we need. Now we've got creosote forming here. We've got some glass. Let's get that creosote out of there. Take your glass and turn it into glass bottles. Boom. Take your glass bottles or buckets, put them in the top. They will fill with creosote and pull out of the bottom. Okay? Now, how do we use this creosote stuff? What good is it going to do us? Well, if we take creosote, and we've got 2 different kinds now. We've got Railcraft and Immersive Engineering. Anyways, if we take the bottle of creosote, I wonder if the Railcraft works. Let's find out. Put a bottle in there, surround it with planks, and we get treated wood. With the treated wood, put it in there, and we get treated sticks. With the treated sticks, put it in there, and I forget the exact recipe. It's a hammer, I know that. It's this hammer, forge hammer. Oh yeah, that's right, we need 5. 5 iron ingots, and we now have a forge hammer. Boom! This is what we wanted the coal forge to begin with. Okay, so with these, what's the point of that? Well, for that, it's time to start digging into our actual resource reserves. Okay, we're going to cook up 5 of these. So 5 of these, 1 of these. Our bricks are cooking just as fast as they can cook up. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and wall this off. Just because, well, because. Now I'm definitely not going to leave these multi-block structures here permanently. They're going to go somewhere lower in the base later. Because this top layer, I actually have my intentions with it is that it will be more of a kind of a overwatch where we can look out and see, you know, the surrounding lands. But for now, this will do, because we need to be able to use these things. And we're going to just pull ourselves a ceiling right across them. Alright. There's a grouping of cobblestone. Here's a bit more. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Break that one. There we go. And we'll just pop that one back down. Whoops. I left it exposed, didn't I? There we go. And our base is closed back off with our multi-block structures in place. We're ready to put this part on. Now this part is the controls, and we'll need this. So the idea behind the forge hammer is that every 2 iron ingots we put in, we get back an iron plate. Why that's important to us is to get this, because this is the only way now to make a bucket. And we need the bucket to be able to go get lava to fill up the smeltery. But the smeltery is currently not functional. So we need to make the smeltery functional. We need a smeltery control. We're going to need a couple of other things. Okay, so what I've got in the box right now is everything we need to get started. A seared tank, a smeltery control. We're going to pop this out for just a second. 1 drain, 2 drains, 1 faucet, 2 faucets. Let's go apply all this stuff right quick. Now this is a total of 4 items, and we have 5 to go across here. So we can put the control, a drain, and a tank right here. And if we put a single another brick, let's grab a brick right here, on this side, it is now functional. Our smeltery will work right now, and it will hold a whole lot of ore. The only problem is we have no lava for it. Well, that's okay. There's lava out in this great big world that we can go get, and now we have a bucket to load it up with. The way I would advise you to do that, if you're going to go out and do it, because I'm not going to do it right now, we're starting to run over on time, is I would take this seared tank with you. The seared tank will hold 4 buckets of lava on its own. When you fill the bucket itself up, that means you're going to be able to transport up to 5 buckets of lava back to your base. And with that, guys, we now have ore duplication. Every piece of ore we melt inside of that system, and I'm looking for a bit of sand right here. Here's some. Every piece of ore that we melt inside of that system is going to be worth 2 of its normal return. For anybody that's never used Tinker's Construct, I would be very surprised for the majority of people that are watching this on YouTube if you aren't familiar with, somewhat of how Tinker's Construct works, but just wanted to throw it out there. Now, this coal coke we can use anywhere we can use normal coal. We simply get twice the throughput out of it because it burns at 3200 instead of 1600. So that's really nice. So we're just going to let that continue to cook up back there. Oh, and how do we make these things operate? Well, this is where the faucets come in. You slap those bad boys on the front, and then you pick whatever type of basin you want to capture this stuff in on the sides. There you go. Now, as you can see, I still have 5 more of these, 5 more of these, and a whole magnificent ton of these. And that's awesome. We're going to make use of all of them later. I'm also going to make a second tank, not because it's going to add any usage, just so I can carry more lava back at a time so I'm not having to make as many trips. This glass that I'm cooking up, this is purely for aesthetics. I'm just going to throw this up right here so that our base is actually fully enclosed and I can now see outside. Yay. With everything being moved, I can bring my stick back, pop that on there, and turn the lights back on. That's it, guys. So, as usual, thanks for watching. If you learned something from me, please give me a like. If you'd like to see more, how about some subscriptions? I'm going to be streaming pretty much nightly while I play this pack, so feel free to drop by and watch. It's twitch.tv/jadion77. And until next time, you guys be good to one another and take it easy.